the Shader, Ajax continue to dominate over in the Dutchlands, but what about the chasing pack? Is there any hope for any late bit of drama over in the Dutchies? We'll take a little look next. Right, folks, back once again with another prediction show today. We're taking a look at match number 31 over in Eredivise, and we'll get to that in just 1 second. If you're new to the channel, stop what you're doing, swallow what you're chewing, smash your subscribe, keep your bang up to date with all things Dutch football related, Blackburn Rovers related, world football related. All under one roof. Of course, that's right, boys and girls. Yes, Ajax continue to flex their muscles at the top of the table. But what's going on with FC Emmen? Absolutely unbeatable in the last 6 games. Trying to get themselves out of the old drop zone. We'll take a look at that in a minute. Of course, a big shout out to the VIPs. We're talking about the Patreons, boys and girls. Thank you for your continued support over on the Patreon. So let's get cracking and then take a look back at, of course, what's gone on. And I'll bring up to date with, of course, the prediction league. So let's kick it all off with, of course, last weekend's extra match. It was Ajax against Utrecht. And 1-1, no, on this one. So a little bit, a couple of points dropped there for Ajax. Ederson Alvarez on the score sheet of Ajax, giving them the late equaliser there after Simon Gustafsson gave Utrecht the lead. That's right. Utrecht up to 6 now after this week's action. And I actually went the 3-0 for Ajax. Meanwhile, Willem II did beat RKC Waalwijk 1-0 to get them season moving in the right direction. Van Gaal Paveldis on the score sheet, giving Wilhelm the victory. Actually, went with the 1-1 draw myself, so not great there either. Meanwhile, Heerenveen against PEC Zwolle, and it was a 2-0 win for Zwolle. That's right. Goals from Pele Clement on the score sheet, Bram van Pollen giving PEC the victory. I actually went with the Heerenveen win, as I think most of us did, but unfortunately I got it wrong. Meanwhile, PSV Eindhoven beat Groningen 1-0 in the end. The 1-0 goal scored for PSV was Ervan Sahavi, with a big fat penalty giving them the lead. 3-1 for me, going in favour of PSV. Sparta Rotterdam did beat VVV-Venlo 2-0 in the end. I got the one bang on the nose. There was Larasso Duarte on the score with Brian Schmitz as well, giving Sparta the win. Emmen did beat Heracles in the end, 3-1 win. Big win as well on Sunday the 25th. Goals coming from Michael De Leuve with a hat-trick rivalet on the score sheet for Heracles, giving them a bit of a lifeline. But 1-0 for me for Emmen, 3-1 final score. Den Haag lost to Fortuna Sittard 3-0 in the end. Zion Fleming, Sebastian Polter and Tuskave Teke getting the 3 goals for Fortuna Sittard. 1-0 for me. What have I got down here? I've got a bit of a weird one looking here. There we go. Ajax did beat, of course, AZ Alkmaar 2-0. Of course, that's game, set and match now, I think. David Klassen with a couple of goals there for Ajax, giving them the win. 3-2 win, though, for me in favour of Ajax in the end. And FC Twente, they lost to Utrecht in the end. 2-1. Big week for Utrecht. Zander van der Streek on the score sheet. Garando Kirk as well. Danilo getting on the goal score sheet for Twente in a 2-1 win for Utrecht. And Feyenoord drew with Vitesse Arnhem 0-0 in the end. The only bit of drama there. Steven Berghuis got himself sent off on that bad boy. The table looks like this. Of course, Ajax are 12 points clear of a PSV. They played around the same amount of games. AZ Alkmaar a little bit cut off now, down to 3rd. Vitesse Arnhem down to 4th. As for the foot of the table, Den Haag, VVV-Venlo going down. FC Emmen in that relegation spot, or playoff spot at the moment. I'm going to win for them in the next week. They could go up as high as 14th. Wow. VVV-Venlo, give us your striker. Give us your bloody striker. I'll take him off your hands. No questions asked. Well, that's me. What about you then? We'll get into the deep end now. Take a look at your picks. This is the criteria. Bish, bash, bosh. You know the deal. So let's jump into the deep end. Margie Monday did all right. Of course, Russell Frost also did very well. Give you a little round of applause for that one. BCFC, great. You did good. Leano 50 did good as well. Game China, not too bad. Johannes Kamstra did good. Omar Scaville, not too bad as well. String also did very well. Okay, didn't do okay. Ojo 52 also did all right. Fair play to you, my brother. Of course, Angela and Lender's not too bad as well. Lars123 did too, and did Yannick Bustler did poop as well. What about the leaderboard? If your name's okay or Yannick Bustler, don't even look at it, or even Lars123, just close your eyes. As for Ivan Stringer, well done, boy. As for Russell Frost as well, Jonas Kamstra also wearing the crown. There should be an extra crown up there. My eyes are deceiving me. As for the overall leaderboard for the Eredivise, the man to stop at the moment is Russell Frost with a 12-point clearance over Amaji Monday. Look at that. He's actually home and hosed at the moment. He could be winning multiple leagues here at the moment. He's looking very, very nailed on, of course. But that could all change, of course, with the next round of matches. And we're going to jump right in the deep end now with Heracles up against VVV-Venlo. Of course, let's get into the deep end then, shall we? Of course, played to the last 6, 3 wins apiece. No draws last round. In Heracles was a 6-1 win for Heracles back in November 2019. Alexander Merkel, Sebastian van der Walter, Silis Streisler with a couple of goals there. Mario Jr. as well. Trice actually got himself a hat-trick. Peter van Uren got a 1-0 goal for VVV-Venlo. Of course, Venlo have actually lost the last 11 matches in the Eredivisie, and they want to go down because they want their striker. As for Venlo, though, conceding at least 2 goals in the last 6 away matches. They've also failed to score in 5 of the last 7 matches as well. Heading into this year, 6 defeats on the spin for Venlo, looking absolutely shite. As for Heracles, just 1 win in the past 4 games. That 1 win was against Willem II a couple of games back. Meanwhile, the bookies' odds. Oh no, where are the bookies' odds? I have them. They're coming. Where are you? There are they. Of course, Heracles 20-11 on for the victory. 60-5 is your draw. 92 is your VVV-Venlo. Of course, the win for VVV, they could go from 17th up to as high as 15th. As for Heracles, they're down in, of course, 8th at the moment, but a win for them can close it in on 7th. Heracles will nick this one 2-0 win. No goals as well for my striker. Next up, Fortuna Sittard against FC Twente. Play each other the last 6 games. Of course, it's been 1 win for Sittard, 4 for Twente, and 1 draw last time around. We don't know. Sittard have actually lost the last 3 home matches in Eredivise, and they've also lost the last 3 matches, both home and away. Heading into this, though, what do I got on this one? I'm a little bit stretched for stats here. Of course, Sittard's coming to this on the back of 2 wins in the past 6 games. As for Twente, without a win, at least 6. Looking very, very wobbly at the moment. Of course, bookies' odds on this one, 9-5 for Sittard, 11-8 is for 25-2 is your draw. Of course, a win for Sittard currently find themselves in 12th. They could actually go above 20, all the way up as high as 8th. As for 20 in 9th, they could go from 9th up as high as 8th as well. For me, I'm going to stick with 20 on this one. Back the boys, even though they're in absolute shit form in the end. RKC Waalwijk taking, of course, AZ Alkmaar. Played to the last 6, of course, 1 for Waalwijk, 5 for AZ Alkmaar. No draws last time around. In Waalwijk was back in August 2019. That was a 2-0 win for AZ Alkmaar. Usanema Idrisse on the score sheet with a couple of goals there as well. During Gadi get himself sent off for RKC Waalwijk. They also played each other this season in Alkmaar. Was a 3-0 win back in November. Waalwijk, though, have actually lost the last 5 of the last 6 matches in the Eredivisie as well. They come into this Alkmaar just 1 defeat the past 5. That was against Ajax, of course, the other day. 1 win, though, the past 6 games for Waalwijk. That was against Groningen back at the end of March. Look at the bookies' odds on this one. RKC coming into 6-1 for the victory, 11-4 on is your AZ, and of course 4-1 is your draw. AZ, man, get it sorted. What are we looking at here? We are looking at RKC Waalwijk. They currently find themselves in 14th, but a win for them, they can move up to 30, closer to 13th. As for AZ Alkmaar, they're in 13th, but a win for them, they can move up to 2nd with a bit of a goal swing. Going to give them the 2-win for AZ or AZ to take the 3 points. Next up, of course, VT's Arnhem up against PEC Zwolle. Of course, played each other the last 6, 4 wins for VT's, 2 for Zwolle, no draws last time around. In VT's was a 3-0 win back in August 2019. Goals coming from Tim Matavats on the score sheet with Vaches Kadashev and Brian Linson making the route complete. Of course, they also played each other this season in Zwolle. It was a 2-1 win for Zwolle back in December. VT's undefeated in 15 last 16 home matches in the Dutch fight. They come into this just 1 defeat in the past 6 games, but 1 defeat was against Ajax in the Dutch Cup. Meanwhile, Zwolle coming to this just 1 defeat in the past 4. That 1 defeat was against Sparta a couple of games back, winning 3 out of the past 4 as well. Looking very, very good. Look at the bookies' odds on this one. VT's 5-3 on for the victory, 3-1 is draw. PEC Zwolle 17-4 for the victory. Of course, Zwolle coming to this in 13th for the win for them. They can move up to as high as 9th. As for VT's, they're in 4th for win for them. They can close in on 3rd in the end. You're going to go with a 2-win for VT's on this one to break the deadlock and, of course, keep on moving on. Next up, Utrecht up against Willem II. Let's take a look at this one then, shall we? Played each other last 6, 3 for Utrecht, 2 for Wilhelm, 1 draw last round. In Utrecht was a 2-0 win for Utrecht back in September 2019. Goals coming from Wilhelm Janssen on the score sheet with Girano Kirk as well. Leon Guara got himself sent off early doors in that game. Meanwhile, they also played each other this season in Wilhelm. Was a 6-0 win for Utrecht as well. Wilhelm failed to win 17 last 18 matches on the road. Utrecht actually lost the last 3 home matches in the Dutch fight. They come into this both in kind of ropey-dopey form. We're looking at Wilhelm here, just 1 win in the past 4 games. That one was against RKC Waalwijk. Meanwhile, 1 win in the past 3 games for Utrecht. That was at 20 just on the weekend. Look at the bookies' odds on this one. What do we have on this? Utrecht coming into this 29 on for the victory. 7-2 is your draw. 11-2 is your away team. That's Wilhelm. Wilhelm are in 15th. For them, they can move up to 14th. As for their opposition, Utrecht are in 6th, and for them, they can close in on 5th. Going to go with a win for Utrecht on this one to take the 3 points and again move the chains. Den Haag taking on Feyenoord, of course. Played to the last 6. 1 win for Den Haag, 4 for Feyenoord, 1 draw last round. In Den Haag, it was a 2-2 draw back in December 2018. It's been over a year now. Steven Berghuis and Sam Larsson on the score sheet for Feyenoord. RKC Alkmaar with a couple of goals there for Den Haag. But Knut Kroop got himself sent off. They also played this season in Feyenoord. It was a 4-2 win back in September. Den Haag, though, failing to win their last 18 home matches. Also failing to score in 5 of the last 7 matches as well. They come into this Den Haag losing 5 of the past 6 games. Their only positive was a draw against VT's Arnhem a couple of games back. Meanwhile, unbeaten the last 6 games, picking up 3 wins and 3 draws is Feyenoord. Of course, look at the bookies odds on this one. Feyenoord are your red hot favourite, 7-2 on for the Richie, 9-1 is your long shots. Den Haag, and 4-1 is the draw. Of course, Den Haag are rooted to the foot of the table, and they will be going down. As for their opposition, Feyenoord, they are actually in 5th, and for them they can move up to 4th in the table. Going to go with a 3-0 for Feyenoord on this one. Again, keep the heat at the top of the table. Next up, of course, Ajax up against in-form FC Emmen. Of course, plays to the last 6 out of 6 for Ajax. Nothing for Emmen and no draws last time around. In Ajax was a 5-day win for Ajax back in August 2019. Donny van der Beek on the score sheet, Hakim Ziyech as well. Dusan Tadic as well with Klaus, Jan Huntelaar with a couple of goals as well. They also played this season in Emmen was the same scoreline, 5-0 going in favour of Ajax. Ajax have actually won 13 last 15 matches in the Eredivisie, whereas Emmen have actually scored at least 3 goals in the last 5, and Emmen winning the last 3 as well, heading into this. So 2 in-form sides. In fact, if you take the last six games, Emmen are the most in-form out of the 2. Here, of course, picking up 3 wins and 3 draws in the past 6 games. Meanwhile, Ajax did lose to Roma quite a few games back now as well. Of course, Ajax 10-1 on for the 21 is your long shots. That's Emmen. 8-1 is your draw. Emmen are actually in 16th, but with them they can move up to 14th. Ajax will be top, and they'll be top no matter what. 3-1 win for Ajax on this one. Take the 3 points and move the chains into the final 2. Now we have Groningen taking, of course, Sparta. Rotterdam played to the last 6, of course, 4 for Groningen, 1 for Sparta, 1 draw last round in Groningen. So 2-0 win for Groningen back in, of course, October 2019. Karl Zijhuis on the score sheet and Charlie Betchkop as well, getting Groningen the win in a 2-0 win. Tim Coleman's got himself sent off on the day. Also, they played this season in Sparta was back in December as a 3-2 win for Groningen. Wessel Dammers on the score sheet with Jorgen Strand Larsen with the brace. Leonard Thiel and Wouter Berger on the score sheet, giving Sparta some hope, but unfortunately they did not win. Heading into this, Sparta coming to this, just 1 defeat past 6 games, and 1 defeat was against AZ to us English folks, and of course 1 win in the past 6 games for Groningen, that was against VVV-Venlo. So Groningen in a very, very bad form at the moment. Bookies odds 30-10 for the hosts, 23-10 as your draw, 21-10 is your long shots. That's Sparta coming to this in 11th, and with them they can move up to as high as 8th. Groningen are in 7th, and with them they can move up to 6th. Groningen are in a bit of poor form, but I think they'll win this one. 2-1 win at home. And into the final one here, PSV up against Heerenveen. Plays to the last 6, 2 for PSV, 1 for Heerenveen, 3 draws last time around. In Eindhoven was a 2-1 win back in November 2019. Steven Bergwijn getting a couple of goals there. Jens Udegaard getting the goal for Heerenveen, of course. They also played this season in Heerenveen. It was a 2-2 draw back in December. PSV, though, keeping a clean sheet in the last 3 matches, and they've also won those last 3 matches as well. They come into this just 1 defeat past 6 games, but 1 defeat was against AZ Alkmaar. Meanwhile, just 1 win the past 5 for Heerenveen. That was against Groningen a couple of games back. Meanwhile, the bookies odds on this one, 92-1 for PSV, 5-1 is your draw, 12-1 is your Heerenveen. Heerenveen coming to this in 10th, and win for them they can move up to 8th. PSV are 2nd, and win for them they'll be 2nd if they get that, or if they just get a draw or more. Going to go with a win though for PSV, 3-1 in the end. And that, my friends, is where I'm going to leave you. Be sure to give the video a smash your thumbs up, smash your subscribe. We'll take a look at your picks next week. Of course, be sure to check out the links down below. Also, I'm on Twitter, Twitch, Facebook, and Patreon as well. If you want to support the channel in another way, it's the best place to do it. Until then, though, we'll be back for some more Dutch action a little bit later on. Until then, I am out of here.